Okay, then we're live with another podcast. This is not going to be an epic cast because I know people got stuff they want to do, and even now the Xenocrack is calling me.
Playing that right now.
Yeah, the Xenocrack is calling me right now. So basically, yeah, this is the thank you all podcast. We're just going to be talking about some of the games that really made our year of 2015, like that we were happy that we played or got in 2015, and then we'll talk about what we're looking forward to in 2016. That's it. Nothing to trying to keep this positive. This podcast positive. trying to keep it positive. Without further ado, I guess who wants to get started with the game that or games that they really played and that came out in 2015? They were like, wow, this game is really good, and I'm glad it came out this year.
I think I guess I'll start.
Okay, go.
So the only really two games I played a lot 2015 were probably Splatoon and Xenoblade. Other than that, everything else just seemed like I tried playing The Witcher. The Witcher is a beautiful world. The voice acting and storytelling was really good in that game, but there were mechanics of the game that just and some of the way the game was, like the interface was set up. It just didn't do it for me. And I know there are people that, oh well, you just don't get it. The Witcher's supposed to be a really hard game, but just because a game is hard doesn't mean it should be clunky. Like, you can have a hard, smooth game.
But those tank controls got too much for me.
Yeah. I mean, I've played, games like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry 3 on like Devil May Cry 3 on the hardest settings, but the controls were responsive and smooth, but it's still a hard game. So I don't want to hear this. Oh well, you just don't like hard games. Well, I do like hard games, but I like their controls to be smoother.
Okay, all right, okay. So you don't think difficulty, you don't think difficulty should be denoted by the strength of the monsters, not by the strength of the challenges, not the controls. Exactly.
I think it's a cop out. People are like, oh well, you just don't know how to play the game. It's just like, an action RPG shouldn't feel that way. See, I came from Kingdom of Amalur to The Witcher 3.
Now, see, that's where you messed up. See, that's where you messed
exactly.
up.
Yep.
Kingdom of Amalur doesn't have the best story, but my God, the combat system is really good.
Yep.
But I digress. So your game. So you said The Witcher 3 you enjoyed it, but it wasn't like, it had some issues. It had some issues with the controls.
It wasn't the Magnus Opus. It had some issues with the controls. The level up system was very annoying. I had to do missions to level up. I couldn't go around and kill monsters to get experience. That kind of pissed me off. And again, I understand why people like that game. It's just not a game for me.
Yeah. Well, it's an established franchise. You kind of have to be. The thing about Witcher is that you kind of have to be invested in it. And a lot of the people who are praising it now, I'm like, did you play the first Witcher? Did you play the second one? Okay, who wants to go next?
Who's here? I mean.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I'll go since I didn't even, because I'm on my phone, so I'm not even know who's all in the cast or not. 2015 to me was a good year for games. My developer of the year knocked it out of the park, of course. You call me a Nintendo fan for all you want, I don't care, because I got me some good games that hooked me like crazy. And QB Boy from small games like QB Boy, Box Boy,
yep.
Love that. From Box Boy, really the small little game from HAL Studios, and it's small, short, but man, it was good. Hats off to Galaxy Trails for doing Freedom Planet. Love that game, bought it twice and enjoyed it. But like I said, the developer, they knocked it out of the product this year with me with Nintendo, because to me, so anybody else who you don't like it, that's your problem. Puzzle and Dragons hooked me at the beginning. Splatoon, you know, game basically that's my game of the year because it did something that it didn't do as much in third person shooter. Xenocrack, what I'm playing right now, that's also a really good game that I just like Red. So I can't put down. And me and my sisters keep arguing for who plays the game because
It's addictive.
it's addictive. And,
Yeah.
and if I have to say a third party game that also threw me for fun this year, from Villainousware, Marvelous, Senua Kagura, Deep Crimson 2 for DS,
Yep.
3DS. That game hooked me in. I'm not gonna 100% it, but I'm at like about 80% of the game. So it's addictive gameplay, and oh yeah, I can't forget next third party game, Tales of Zestiria. I can't forget that. Tales of
All right.
Zestiria so Tales of Zestiria and Transformer Total Destruction on PC. Those are also third party games that I give my props up to them. Good games.
Okay. Okay. Who wants to go next?
All right, I'll go.
All right.
Well, I would say that Yokai Watch was one of the surprises for me. I mean, I was looking forward to this game, but a lot of people are saying that it was like a Pokemon clone. But I was kind of pleasantly surprised that it felt like its own game. There's some similarities there, but it's its own game, and it's a really was a really fun RPG. Also, a Senran Kagura 2, as Liger mentioned, a really fun game and Legend of Legacy for the 3DS. A lot of good stuff I've been playing on the handhelds for the home consoles. For Splatoon was fun as well, but I didn't get Xenoblade yet. But I'm looking forward to getting it later on. But
Don't get the crack,
those are my.
man. Don't get the crack.
Yeah, man. Crack is whack, man. Stay away from crack. I got one thing to add, Tuber. You're right. I got tired of people saying that. Yokai Watch is like Pokemon. I was like, I played it and I'm like, this is nothing like Pokemon. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, you have a kid who's going around using a team of monsters, but I would say that the combat system in some ways in Yokai Watch is sleeker,
Hmm.
but in other ways the combat system in Pokemon is a little bit more involved, like you have more control over things. But I mean, like Yokai Watch, if I was gonna say it was anything like anything, I would call it more like Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
more
yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei than Pokemon.
Yeah. I mean, if people are saying that, mostly it's kind of similar with Puzzle and Dragons. I think it's the concept of young boy going out on adventures. And you have monsters that you have to take care of.
Oh
That's the only
yeah,
comparison they have.
that's
Nothing more
yeah.
than
I
that.
mean, let me put it this way. Tangentially, they both have a young kid, boy or girl. Well, boy or girl in Yokai Watch. For the longest time, it was a boy in Pokemon, but then they changed it after the third game, whatever. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, like you could like. I mean, you have a young kid going around recruiting monsters, but in Yokai
Yeah.
Watch, you literally befriend them. In Pokemon, you enslave them. There's a difference. It's like
Oh Lord.
this is my friend. Like in Pokemon, it's like I'm gonna make my Charizard kill you.
God, you wrong, Red. You're
That
wrong.
is well, it's true. I mean, he enslaves them and then stores them in a computer. Whereas in Yokai Watch, they're your friends. They give you a little medal and you can call them to fight, but it's not like it's not like you shove them in a book. Yeah, now I got this SOB forever.
True.
And you don't have to collect them all in Yokai Watch either.
That's that's true.
So who wants to go next?
I don't know if you can hear me, but I can go next.
Go ahead. We can hear you.
Hey, this is Frank. Ginny Bros. How y'all doing?
Doing okay.
Yeah.
I.
A big game that I had bought in advance, Assault Android Cactus. I did like that one a lot. It was like a multi-plat. I'm kind of disappointed in it too, and I had actually written in their forums about it. I think that their bosses were like a low point where, like, I would fight a boss perfectly not get hurt at all, but because the timer system that they have there, I would just like run out of time, be like game over, and it just happened so often. And I was just like, okay, I'm getting, S plus ranks everywhere. I'm kicking butt. I'm on the highest leaderboard positions, but I'm just no longer having fun anymore. And I don't know. I wrote in there, and I agree with who was it? Kano Sheet. You had mentioned about people that protect game franchises like their mother or something. Like you can't even make a suggestion that it might even be a dumb suggestion, right? But still, you could even learn something from like the dumbest people in the world. Like there's something to like. I've heard some pretty dumb suggestions about the content that I release, where they'd be like, you should just have blood everywhere in your videos, and I'm not gonna attack them. Like I understand they don't get necessarily how my mind works and why I do certain things, but I can still take it into consideration. But some people just can't handle that, and they'll like freak out on you. But I always take it as maybe those people they're not inventors, or they just haven't gotten the memo that maybe the industry will go a certain direction that you may have your finger on the pulse of. Like they just may not have gotten to that level with games like The Witcher and stuff like that, where you're picking up on things that they're not going to pick up on it because they've been flowing with it. They've been along for the ride all along, and they've just sort of or ignored any of the things you might have noticed. That was like a hit and miss for me. This year, I am looking forward to. Oh, and also in 2015, that was when Treasure released, I think Ikaruga or maybe that was 2014, where they released Ikaruga to Android, and that was really nice to see them starting to step into the indie world, because I think that's where they just naturally belong. They're sort of pioneers in that whole indie developer, uh, you know, working with big companies to publish their stuff and put it out there. So I think that's a good place for them. I wish that they would actually produce something new. That would be really nice for fans.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's a start. Okay, so 2016. Looking forward to seeing Zelda. 2015, Nintendo did not convince me yet to get a Wii U. I'm not into PS4 or even PS3. I'm not into Xbox One or Xbox 360. Those guys, they've never convinced me. So Nintendo, I was hoping that they would bring out Zelda. They didn't. I was hoping they would bring out Star Fox. Obviously, they didn't. So 2016, I am looking forward to seeing Star Fox prove to me that it can be campy and fun, and it doesn't just look like a toy Lego playset, which it currently looks like. It looks like a very polished little playset of Star Wars, but it hasn't really captured the universe of Star Fox of what I've seen of it yet. Like it doesn't like the SNES Star Fox feels more like a universe than the Wii U one. Like it actually feels like this is, even though it looks like polygon junk, and it pales in comparison in gameplay sense. It at the time
It made you feel like you were playing Star Wars.
It made you feel like you were going into a little world. And now that the graphics have gotten so tight, I wonder if that's a contributor to them having to fight that we're not a toy, like in the traditional sense. Like we're not trying to be action figures. We're not trying to replace your action figures. We're not trying to replace your imagination. We're not trying to attack you. We're trying to present to you a little world that is like looking at a beautiful painting, or creating an interesting picture that has you thinking, not trying to replace the fun of pretend world, but create a little world. I don't know. It's an interesting. I look to see what the final product's going to be of that, because I have a feeling it may turn out to be a little bit kind of like the Wonderful 101 of Star Fox, where I'm like, yeah, it's really cool looking, but I'm not gonna buy it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will buy it. I'm not gonna buy it. But Wii U Zelda actually appeals more to me, to see what they're gonna bring to the table on that. I think I'm not alone on that, because we all know that they have competitors like The Witcher 3, like Bloodborne, like these big well established that they're doing a big polished open world thing, and Zelda has been advertised as like we are finally going to do what we always wanted to, and I'm interested. What exactly does that mean as far as the execution of it? Like I know in principle what they mean. I've seen the talks or whatever, but it's all hot air until I see the actual game deliver and my reaction to it. Like they can't just prime me and be like, "Oh, it's everything they ever wanted," and then they give it to me. And I'm just like, "Oh, it's everything they ever." No. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I played the original Zelda. Whether I liked it or not, that's all I had to go on. And whether you loved it or hated it, that's what you got. And now they have the opportunity to create a 3D something that they've alluded to that they really, really are looking forward to presenting this to us. Well, I'm very interested to more than anything else out in the industry to see what they're going to present. I'm sorry. And the main game I'm really excited for is Cuphead. I really want to. That one I can just look at a glance, and I'm like, I want to play it. I'm going to get it on Steam. No questions asked. Like it's not even a question. It's a novelty. I wish it had a heart. I wish it had a disc version. I wish it had a cartridge version. You know, I wish it had a micro SD cartridge version. Even if it came on a micro SD, that would be hilarious. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Cuphead. So that's the big one.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. As all the persons in here that already mentioned the games that I am thankful for that they're already released last year, even though I don't have any moolah to actually acquire them, so I feel a bit of an envy here. But nonetheless, it's not so big enough that it would degrade my happiness. So until I get that chance, which is in a few days, a week, a month, or even a year, but at least I got the chance to get to acquire those games, especially when it comes to Yoshi Woolly World, Xenoblade Chronicles X, and all the others that mentioned. And like String Anime said, I'm waiting for Cuphead.
Yeah, that did look good. When I saw them demoing that at E3, I was like, this looks like one of those old Paramount Popeye cartoons, only better.
It also felt like there was some inspiration from like Gunstar Heroes. I don't know if I was the only one, but I felt a little bit of inspiration from that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a series of boss fights. So, I mean, for me, that kind of is kind of a, like, that kind of puts me off. Like, I don't like games just a series of boss fights.
What game is this?
Cuphead.
Cuphead, yeah.
It was already done. I've already played like the 3 games that are just a series of boss fights, and I don't want to play it again because it was done better, in my opinion, by Treasure, because they did it with Gunstar Heroes, and then they did it with Alien Soldier, which no one has a friggin', you have to get a copy of the ROM in order to do that because they never released it physically, which sucks.
Oh, nice.
You can get a reproduction of that'll play in your American Sega Genesis. That's what I picked up to complete my collection because I have the European one and I have the Japanese one, and then I wanted a reproduction to, even though it's like totally a smack in the face. If Treasure was getting money from Alien Soldier, which they don't, then this would be a big smack to your face. But still, I wanted it to complete my collection. I think it's funny that now, finally, I get to play this in an American, or United States, whatever, an NTSC, Sega Genesis. That's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, I remember playing it on an American Sega Genesis, but you could only get it through the Sega Channel, which I only knew one person who had the Sega Channel when I was a kid. So that kind of, I played it, and we got pretty far in it. I never beat it, but we got pretty dang far in it.
Games tough as nails.
You know, that holds a lot of weight in my opinion. I think Treasure will agree. Potter will agree that is it Tobber or Totter? Tobber.
Tuber.
Tuber, yeah, Tuber.
Yeah, Tuber.
Yeah, I think Tuber will agree that the local two-player games, because it is such an anemic genre in your selection choice now.
Mm-hmm.
Anemic is looking for 2D side-scroller action games for PlayStation 2, like modern ones. Like you're not gonna find it. You have to actually like turn to stuff like Nintendo Wii before you're gonna find several of those, like Wario Land Shake It, and I think actually you hit on Mr. Red Fox hit on a good note where even though Wario Land had been done better, the thing about Cuphead that makes it neat is, like I had stated, the novelty that it's a modern game, it's very polished and very well animated, and it may just, in my eyes, stand alone, even if it is like terribly hard, like Contra or whatever, where it's just like a boss fest and it's like, and you're screaming at it. The novelty, even though Treasure's done the genre better, it's interesting that they're actually doing it. I wish Treasure would look at companies like that and say, you know, if we worked with an animation staff, we could really pull off some pretty neat brawler, shooter, magic. I don't know what the heck they would even do. Treasure could do anything at this point. I'd be happy just about.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm a Treasure fan. Treasure for me is kind of like Platinum in that basically, like, I've been playing their games for a long time, but I didn't know who like I couldn't put a name to the face. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like that. But anyway, yeah, Dynamite Headdy, Ikaruga, Bang.io Spirits. I mean,
Punishment.
Wario Land, yeah, Sin and Punishment too.
This Dynamite Headdy.
Yep.
I talked the reproduction guy who did this for me. This is the reproduction. This is the Japanese original Dynamite Headdy with the English patch ROM installed on it.
So it's easier. Yeah, it's easier.
That is sweet.
Yeah, Treasure must have taken that from Konami, because they would take the hard version and give it to us and keep the easy version for Japan.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm like, damn. So I guess I'm the last one left. So I guess I'll just keep this brief. As you know, for me, 2015 was kind of a lackluster year from a third party's perspective, from the big third parties. We had a lot of great stuff from indies. Freedom Planet, you guys have mentioned a lot of it. Freedom Planet, Assault Cactus, stuff like that. But the game, once again, and I know people are going to say you're a Nintendo fan, I don't care, because I'm addicted to the Xenocrack. Xenoblade Chronicles X, great game, loving it. Totally, I'm playing it right now. No, not right now, but I will be soon. It's all very interesting, and I enjoy where they're going with this. Mm-hmm. That being said, let's see.
Oh, come on.
I did not buy.
You can't say that you can't say that you're a Nintendo fan, because Xenoblade Chronicles is actually kind of from Square Enix, an extension of it.
Well,
okay, small ass.
But not really.
Kind of not, and not really. I never was. Monolith is owned by Nintendo.
Let me put it this way.
Hell.
If Monolith Soft is made up of the people that made the really good Square Final Fantasy games and helped make Chrono Trigger and Live Alive and stuff like that, then I would say that it's from Squaresoft by extension, but Squaresoft is dead. Squaresoft has been dead for a long time. The soul is at Monolith Soft, so, and that's owned by Nintendo now. So, Nintendo ate the bones of their enemy and got stronger.
You're stupid.
Basically, that's what they did. I mean, but they've been doing that for years. They take the talent from other people and just hire them. Hudson Soft, like, you want to know why Hudson Soft is why a lot of the Hudson Soft staff got hired by Nintendo. They were working on Mario Party when Mario Party was fun. But I digress. So basically, what am I looking forward to in 2016? Like I said, 2015 was lackluster for me, except for a few bright shining stars. Splatoon was friggin' awesome. Loved it. Splatoon. And I'm gonna say GTA 5, even though that didn't come out in 2015, because I got it on PC in 2015, and that game with mods is so much better. Aside from that, it's great. Love it. 2016, I guess I'll get started with the 2016 thing, even though String Genie there, String Anime beat me to the punch. 2016 for the first quarter of 26. Well, actually, for the first half of 2016, my 3DS is gonna be Nintendo and Square Enix's bitch. Between Paper Jam and Dragon Quest VII, Dragon Quest VIII, Dragon Quest Monsters 3, Joker.
Oh man.
I mean, look.
PXZ2.
What?
PXZ2.
Yeah. Project Cross Zone
2.
Like, basically, here's the thing. I'm gonna be spending so much money on games in the first 6 to 7 months of the year. It's gonna be ridiculous. And then I'm not even factoring in Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD, and Star Fox and the Legend of Zelda Wii U, which they still haven't told us what the whole title's gonna be, but goddamn it, I'm gonna get it anyway. Cause I mean, look, the worst Zelda game is still pretty damn good.
Except for that's made by Nintendo, not let's say that now.
Okay, we won't talk about the Philips CDI ones, okay? Those don't count. The Philips CDI Legend of Zeldas don't count. I'm talking about the Legend of Zeldas made by Nintendo. Or / Capcom in conjunction with Nintendo. Because Oracle Seasons are okay. Not great, they're okay. And the Minish Cap is okay too, but it doesn't have. It's not as well paced as the Legend of Zelda made by this direct, Nintendo team. So yeah, anyone else looking forward to something in 2016?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Persona 5. Hopefully they actually stick to their release date and bring it out this year. And also, I'm hoping that Ibun Roku comes out this year as well.
Okay.
All right, I'll go next. For me, non-Nintendo games would be Tales of Vesperia, God Eater. Those look intriguing to me. I'll basically look at scale bar. Like I said, I played it when I was over in Japan, and my friend has an Xbox One, so I basically took him on to Platinum, so he might get a game, and I'll go for that route. But I would say the games that really other than Project Cross Zone 2, but I'm getting that for free. That kind of sad. Star Fox, I'm gonna be getting that. I played a good amount of it when I was over in Japan. Enjoyed the hell out of it. So when it comes to America, I can't wait to get the full story, this full version of it. It plays like Star Fox 64. They went back to this. That's the architect. It felt to me like the how should I say? Like just the main gameplay. It just felt like that. You have side missions that you can still do. That's the difference. They added side missions that you got fun with, other than the story-wise. So that's pretty cool. And like I say, it felt like Star 64. Zelda, of course, when that comes out, I'll get it. The little pieces I got to play also when I was at EAD. I can't wait to get this thing on my TV. The direct feed of that game the art style is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, to get direct to me playing it, I was like this, and to see how these guys put their talent into it is awesome. And to the guy who was, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm on my phone, so I'm not watching faces or whatever, but the guy who said about, Star Fox, Zelda, whatever, basically, you blame the gamers. It was not Nintendo pushed it back because people were bitching and whining, and they bitched and whined about the open world, so they pushed it back to do side missions and stuff like that. Hopefully they do. I know they're not gonna. How should I say? Make them happy because the Zelda effect always comes out. Like the game gets great reviews, people don't like it, and then about 4 or 5 years later, then the game's great. So
Well, I mean, the thing about Zelda is this: it's always on and off, on and off. So, for example, like the first Legend of Zelda on the NES, that's critical acclaim. That's a highly critically acclaimed classic. People crap on Legend of Zelda 2, but that's not actually a bad game. We didn't care. We didn't care about it being like that because it was a new franchise. I mean, there was no established formula. But then there's the third game, which is Link to the Past. That's beloved. And then it reset with
Ocarina.
Ocarina of Time, but really Ocarina of Time's not. It's a weaker installment in the franchise, kind of. And then Majora's Mask, which it splits for some people, and then Wind Waker, which kind of like people hated it at first, but now they love it. Then there was Twilight Princess, which people liked at first, but now a lot of people don't like it. So I mean, it kind of it's like on off. Sometimes they love it, sometimes they hate it, sometimes they love it, sometimes they hate it.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I said the Zelda curse. That's what it is. That's since Wind Waker. It's been going like that. I mean, I know you just said the whole Zelda with the first Zelda and then the second Zelda, but like once Nintendo prompts you something and then they change it up, and that's what's Wind Waker. It's been like that from since then. So, cause look at Majora's Mask right now.
People love it.
People love it now.
They hated it when it came out. Yeah, it's kind of like they look back. I mean, but everything's like that with Nintendo stuff. It's like I didn't like Mario 2. It's like there's so many established things that were created with Mario 2 USA, like Mario picking up enemies and throwing them at dudes. I mean that didn't exist in the first game.
Nope.
Oh, and vehicles. That was the game that introduced vehicles for Mario.
Yeah.
You could jack a dude's ride and steal it.
Yeah. I would say, I would say before you go before you switch to somebody else, like I said, from the Sony side, like I said, my cousin has PlayStation 4, and the three games that I see that I would like to see other than, I forget, I'm picking Street Fighter 5 for PC again. I mean, most of my third party is gonna be on PC with Cuphead and everything like everybody was talking about. But like Horizon looks intriguing. Like I said, I don't know yet, but I would like to see more about it. And of course, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Ratchet and Clank and that one, I think is going to be a good thing. I'm working a little bit with it, but not a lot. So I ain't got a chance to test it out. Hopefully, I get a chance to test it out by March or so.
Yeah, I want Ratchet and Clank to be good. I know it's going to be good, but I wish they'd done a remake of either Up Your Arsenal or Going Commando, because those are better than the first game, to tell you the truth. But whatever.
I think they have Ratchet and Clank available at the PlayStation kiosk at GameStop as a demo.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a demo of it, but I know the game's going to be good, but I can't. They haven't quite gotten to the point where I have to go out and buy that console yet. And I also don't want to pay however much for yearly, online stuff. I'm cheap. I don't want to do it.
Okay. Not even Dragon Quest 11?
Well, I'm looking forward to that, but I don't think that's going to come out next year. This year.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to come out this year. I think that's going to come out next year. They'll probably show something off at E3, but it's not going to come out till next year.
You know what I wish would come over is Yakuza Kiwami, the remake of the first Yakuza being made for the PS4. I wish that would come over.
Well, you can wish and wish and wish because this is Sega.
Hey, we got 5 eventually.
Eventually, damn. Yeah, they need to remake Medieval and Medieval 2.
Awesome.
That's what they should do. But whatever. Anyone else looking forward to anything in 2016?
Me, that's Zelda Wii U, and even that Twilight Princess HD, even though everyone's complaining that it doesn't look like demo, I really don't really care. I just want to acquire that game. Also, Star Fox Zero, and even surprisingly enough, even Pokken Tournament.
Oh yeah,
You noticed I did not mention that game.
I know why.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Cause he wanted Namco Bandai to do a Soul Calibur instead of Pokken.
Exactly. And look, I know that.
Soul
I know
Calibur.
that it's smart money they got to do because Pokemon is huge, and they know they're going to make money. But my God, I would love a Soul Calibur.
I hear you.
Because we never got Soul Calibur 2 HD, and that pisses me off. I'm mad.
Hey, you still got the GameCube version.
And I still have the GameCube version too, but damn it, I wanted the HD version.
So all you need is a component cable. That's a Soul Calibur 2 in HD.
Look, they released that shit. They released that shit on everything except for the Wii U. They put it on the Xbox One, the PS4, the PS3, but not the Wii or the Wii U. I don't, you know.
It is what it is.
Like, you get snubbed all the time, and people wonder why. Like, I have very little respect for third parties.
Well, I guess having these types of games on Nintendo consoles would make it unfair for Sony and Microsoft. I don't know.
Yeah, well, fuck Sony and Microsoft.
I knew you couldn't hold it back. I know you couldn't hold it back.
Look, listen, I'm only reciprocating how they feel about Nintendo consoles. I'm only sharing that. Look, I'm like a mirror. I only reflect back what they show me.
Whatever.
They're like, well, it's not going to sell on that family-friendly console, like Soul Calibur 2 didn't sell on the GameCube back in the day. But I digress. So anyone else looking forward to something in 2016?
And also, speaking about PlayStation, even though I might probably not get the console, but I still have my eyes on Ratchet and Clank reboot.
Okay.
Oh, I also wanted to mention that Platinum Games made an announcement to look forward to upcoming games. So I'm hoping maybe a new Platinum game maybe being announced.
Well, they're doing Turtles.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true too. I want to see the gameplay. I've seen I think they had some kind of a box art or some art done.
Yeah.
I'm dying to see some gameplay of that.
Well, the Platinum Game has 3 games coming out next year at the most: Turtles, Noir for PlayStation, and Scalebound.
Yes.
So they got 3 games going on right now, and they might be working on the next one. But we don't know. I ain't know yet, but I'll find out when I need to find out.
I'm hoping.
You sir.
Benedict.
If it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I would be. Remember, it's being published by Activision, and the last game that would have been perfect on a Nintendo console from them,
Devastation.
they didn't put on the system. So, I don't really have much hope for it being on it.
Well, you played it on a PC, Red, so let's play it on a PC.
I'm just saying,
You're talking about the Turtles game, right?
Yeah, he's talking about if it comes to the thing, but because Devastation, Transfer to Devastation came out, then it came out. It worked on the Nintendo console, but then it came out to PC, and that's what Red played, and that's what I played on PC.
Okay. My concern is that is Activision going to give Platinum Games enough time to work on this game, or is it just going to try to push it out the door and what we get is what we get. I'm not questioning Platinum Games' ability to to develop games, but I really hope they take their time and do this right. But it's not a perfect world, so.
If I was them, if I was, yeah, I know, right? If I was them,
Yeah.
I would take the, if you're gonna do that kind of art style, take the Transformer Devastation engine and just it'll be easier for them, and and that would save a lot of time.
It'd also be great if they had multiplayer in that game as well. If they could, take some inspiration from Konami's Turtles in Time game for the Super Nintendo and the arcade. I mean, that would bring a lot of interest. I
You
think.
know what?
And that's why I think it might be a little bit of hang up, because if they could get the net coding takes a while to do. If they go to the net coding way, because everybody gonna want online multiplayer. They ain't gonna want no local stuff. You know that.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, they could. I think they could do both, because you look at the online multiplayer for Bayonetta 2. I mean, imagine if they can do a full player with that kind of system. Like a 3D Turtles game with that kind of a similar system. I think that'd be pretty awesome. But that's just my guesstimation. I don't know what exactly this game is going to turn out being.
True.
The only thing this game needs is two things. Well, one, it needs the voice of James Avery to be the Shredder, but he's dead. So maybe they can get recordings of the TV show. And secondly, I'm gonna need. I know they're probably not gonna include these. It might be unlockable. I'm gonna need the original. I'm gonna need the '80s cartoon show skins. And the theme song. Because to hell with these new turtles. Screw those guys.
But I've seen the art that they're going to use. Though unfortunately, they won't be going with the '80s designs.
Yeah, they're going with this crap. It's terrible.
I think they're going more like the Fox, that kind of style of turtles.
Yeah.
You can check it out for yourself and see for yourself and see how it feels.
Trust me, he sees for himself. That's why he's saying all this stuff right now.
It's okay.
See, that's what
It's not terrible. It's not.
Not my cup of tea.
Well, I mean, I'm one of those people who, I know some people are going to say, well, how come you like the 80s Turtles? Because those were the ones that really kind of made it click with me. Now, before then, my brother had the comics, so I read the comics, and I knew how dark it was, but I liked how they kiddified the Turtles.
Well, the new version of the Turtles the new version that was on Fox was not bad either. I like that style too. The problem is though, but the problem is with that is just they went weird into the story once again. It went left field, and then it just got too crazy.
Yeah, I liked the first half of that series, and they went into Turtles in Time. Kind of got weird, but I actually like what they did with that show. That's the Turtles I kind of didn't know. I didn't really watch some 80s or 90s Turtles. It was that. So.
Yeah, I got you. Well, that's just say everybody has a different time that they like, and I even like the movie they did where they had all the Turtles come together, all the different times come together with the 80s one and the original. You ever seen that one, Red?
Which one?
The Turtles, the Turtles movie. I forgot the name of it, but it's like what happened was somebody did a time riff, and then they went the 80s Turtles.
Oh, you mean the one where all the different Turtles from different, like the original comic book Turtles?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that, and it would have been cool, but James Avery died before they could.
I got you.
Other guy do the voice of Shredder, and it sounded completely wrong. I was like, no.
What you gonna do? A guy died. What you gonna do?
James Avery.
What you gonna do? The guy died. Jeez.
Yeah, but they could have gotten a guy to look. It's kind of like they got a guy to fake General what's his name in Avatar because Mako died, and he was a reasonable approximation. It's like you wouldn't have known. I mean, except for slight nuances that it wasn't the same guy. But
okay, so you basically want like Frank Caliendo to do the job then. So they imitate good.
I just need to hear a guy say, "Krang, Krang." I need the Technodrome, Krang. I need the Technodrome. Krang. Krang! man.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That show. Look, let me put it this way: the first season of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show was just violent enough, but not being too violent. And after the first season, you never saw Splinter just like cold cock a dude in the face like he did in the first season. Just beat the shit out of the Shredder. It was actually kind of funny. He got his ass kicked by a rat.
Yep.
And then
well.
Geeky Rat.
A giant mutant rat, but a rat nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, like I said, and you know what? Even though we're talking about games, I didn't like the first one. I know people hated it, but I hope for the second one. It looks kind of promising. It looks like they're taking it back to fun and not this serious whatever, which is the movie I'm talking about.
Oh God, no.
The second one, I never said the first one. I said the second one that's coming out, the new one that they're working on, with about Rocksteady and Bebop and everything. It looked like they went back to fun.
Yeah, it did.
So I'll reserve it then.
It did look like more like a cartoon, the new one, instead of the super.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be good. I mean, Platinum doesn't make even their worst games are pretty damn good.
Oh, we were talking about the movie, Red. Sorry, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
oh, you mean another? Oh, God, yeah, I saw that. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Let me put it this way: the fact that Megan Fox is in this movie is enough to turn me off.
Okay. Yeah, I got you.
It's Megan Fox. Whatever. I never thought I'd be completely apathetic to a reasonably well-proportioned woman, but Megan Fox is one of those people that just.
Are you kidding me? There are many women. Well, come on, it's an attitude. You know that, because there are many women out there who looks good, but their attitude just stinks.
She's just, like I said, like someone asked me to describe Megan Fox because we were playing a party game, and I was like, meh, it's Megan Fox. You know what would have been edgy since they were like since little Michael Bay Jr. wanted to be edgy with that film. You know what would have been cool? Had they gone back to the roots of the Turtles and made April O'Neil black like she was in the original comics, and had they made like but I'll tell you one thing: the whole trying to make a white Shredder and then they changed it after all in post editing. I was like, come on, man, you reshot that shit.
Yeah, it is.
It's clear you reshot that shit.
Like I said, that was a bad look. The movie was really below, to me, in my opinion, below meh, because it didn't focus on the Turtles, which is the whole concept of the damn show.
Yeah,
and
it's
also,
about family. It's about family.
No. I mean, like there was more. It was more to Megan Fox's character, and also,
Yeah.
I mean, it should be about
Like,
the Turtles.
like basically, Megan Fox was that movie's Jar Jar Binks. It's like everything hinges on this character. It's like, no, it doesn't. It's never hinged on April O'Neil.
Except for how did she beat the guy short at the end? Or the bull crap.
Yeah, because they had to make her beat. It's like I said, they don't get what it's about. The Turtles is about a family.
April O'Neil's hair, though. Do you remember her hair in the comics? Honestly, fly if they gave a black chick a Jerry curl style.
Well, her hair changed. Her hair changed throughout that series. Like at one point, she had dreads, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I can deal with that." Like in the comics, she's the friends of she's like a laboratory worker, and she works for Baxter Stockman. And then like something happens, and like because in the first episode of the series, they kill the Shredder. Like they just kill him. Like the Turtles like assassinate the Shredder. So really, it's like you really. It's like where do you go from there? You killed this guy. What?
Her original design reminds me of from Coming to America, that dude with the Jerry curl commercial.
Oh yeah, she's gotta let her soul glow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, it was the '80s. What can we say?
Exactly.
Hey, look, man. There was a time. Look, there's only. I recently saw a movie this weekend with a dude with a mullet. The only man I've ever seen who could still wear a mullet and actually make the shit look good. Kurt Russell. Like anyone else wears a mullet, it's like that looks ridiculous. But Kurt Russell, I'm like, oh shit, it's Kurt Russell with a mullet.
Kurt Russell owns that mullet.
Well, he's been in so many movies where he's worn a mullet that you just got to let it go. You know, it's like I'm not going to tell him you can't wear a mullet.
Yep.
Look, he might open up a can of whoop ass on me. He might pull off Snake Plissken and shoot me or something. So anyone else got anything they're looking forward to before we wrap things up in this cast?
I'm just looking forward to these consoles actually doing something this year. I'm just hoping that they actually do something rather than just, everybody's crying about greatness of waste. People are disappointed with these consoles. They're not going to tell you up front, but they're disappointed.
Well, they already do something. Look, the PS4 plays Blu-rays. The Xbox One you can talk to it and it does shit back. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and the Wii U, and this is silly. I know this is completely out of left field.
I know,
the
just
Wii
play
U
games.
is a game console that plays games. I know it's amazing, but
Go figure, right?
Yeah, honestly, to this generation, it's just like all these. I mean, it feels like a lot of these consoles, they're like stopgaps, for next generation. Like, we didn't get the 1080p 60 frames per second, and we are getting remasters of games that we played last generation, and we're still waiting on the brand new games to come out.
Yeah, we're still waiting for, if I may use the definition of generation that the media and the YouTubers use. We're still waiting for 8th gen. 8th gen isn't here yet. This is generation 7.5.
You know what, Kenoshi? I think it depends on who you ask. Like depending on the platform that they own. Because I can say that on certain platforms there's a system that that's playing all these brand new games. And another platform that also plays these newer games, but people think that they don't count. So depends.
We won't talk about who we're talking about because that would be discriminatory and racist. What I will say is that that would be in poor taste. What I will say is that 2016 I hope is going to be better than 2015. I'm looking forward. I want to be wowed. I said this last year. This is last year I wanted to be wowed. I wanted to see a reason to buy these consoles. This year, I want to be wowed. Show me a reason to buy these consoles.
I mean, come on, Red Fox. We actually have a game coming around the horizon.
You're wrong.
Look, let's put it this way. You know what's sad is that I'm a huge Mega Man fan, and my birthday is February 7th. And all these games are landing in February, and I'm like, damn, what should I spend my birthday money on? Because I'm going to get money, and I'm thinking about what I'm going to spend my money on. But whatever.
Games, son!
For me, I also one thing to add to it, Red. I'm going to get my popcorn, wait to E3 to come up, and watch all the Nintendo fans lose their freaking minds.
Oh yeah.
I ain't going no further than that. I'm not going no further than that.
The highest selling Star Fox in Star Fox history with the amount of bitching I had to hear from various people about how they wanted a new Star Fox game. And then they were like, well, it would be great if Platinum made it. Well, you got everything you wanted. You got a new Star Fox game. It's being made by Platinum.
You got the
design.
You got the cake with that stuff again, and that cream over it, except for the cherry on top. So
no, they're gonna get the cherry on top because they know it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome.
I mean, because if you played Bayonetta 2 with that flight sequence where she's wearing the Star Mercenary outfit and she turns into an R-Wing, it feels like a Star Fox rail shooter. I mean, it really does. I mean, you could tell that was Platinum's not so subtle pitch. Come on, man, let us do Star Fox. Come on, you know we can do it. We're good
You're
for
stupid. You're stupid. They did. They did that game. Like I said, they co-designed the game with EAD. It's going. Like I said, the game I played when I was there was I played 4 stages, and I enjoyed all 4 stages. I had fun with it.
Yeah. Look, I never said I wasn't going to get it. I'm totally going to get it. I've gotten every Star Fox game on a console. I've gotten every Star Fox game on a console. I did not get Star Fox Command because I'm not playing a Star Fox game with a stylus. I need a controller in my hands. But aside from that, like I got Star Fox on the SNES, Star Fox 64, Star Fox Adventures, Star Fox Assault. I have a repro cart of Star Fox 2 for the SNES. I have Star Fox, the 3DS. I do not have Star Fox Command, like I said, because I'm not playing a Star Fox game with a damn stylus. But other than that,
I got you.
I'm a huge Star Fox fan.
Well, you know what? No, this year's gonna basically do something. Excuse me, sorry, I'm eating food right now. I'm sorry, but this is gonna prove if gamers again, like last year, will put their money where their mouth is.
Well,
Because
that's not good.
you act well again. That show that would show more gamers are full of crap because y'all bitch. You threaten the developers of for Platinum Games for Bayonetta 2 not be on your other consoles. You're getting Scalebound for Xbox. You're getting Noir for PlayStation. Those are basically Bayonetta lights, but they're still phonetically good games that with Platinum's touch to it. So let me see you buy those games when it comes to your console. Those are exclusive to each other's console. So let's see if it does the same thing.
Yeah.
And then if you
that Scalebound and Nier are on the wrong consoles. That's all I'm gonna say.
say again.
They're on the wrong. Scalebound and Nier are on the wrong consoles. They're on the wrong console.
Well, no, I hate when people say that because people say that about a lot of Nintendo games. This game is on the wrong console. I would say that these games are being put on a console with the wrong audience.
That's basically what I mean when I say that.
Because it's kind of like hardcore JRPGs. Those people moved on to mobile, and they moved on to handheld. So if you have a 3DS or Vita, you're set for JRPGs. But the days of the huge AAA budget, third-party, huge JRPG consoles, those are like I said, I hope Final Fantasy 15 is a rousing success. Not because I'm going to buy it, but because if it doesn't show that the model of the huge console JRPG is viable, it's going to hurt that market because you're going to go back down to AA and single A JRPGs like your Tales games where you get like a string of like lower tier Tales games and then one big one like every 4 or 5 years.
I personally feel like Atlas, they're the ones carrying the torch at this point.
Yeah, but they don't really do AAA RPGs. Atlas does single A and single A.
Well, all right.
Like the only that's kind of one of the scary things about when Square Enix started buying all these JRPG properties is because they bought all of the low tier RPGs you could use for alternatives. Like they bought Lufia, they bought Star Ocean, they bought Ogre Battle. Like everything that you had as an alternative to Final Fantasy, they bought out. So it's
It's got Ogre Battle?
Yeah, they bought Ogre Battle. I was like, these bastards. They bought Ogre Battle.
Well, I just feel that kind of like Atlas, like they do a lot more with what they got, in terms of making RPGs than Square Enix with their overinflated budgets and the games. They're okay, but they're not like what they used to be back in the day, back during their heyday.
Well, let me put it this way: when Hironobu Sakaguchi left Square Enix, gamers could feel it. They put it that way. It's like when Elvis left the building. Yeah, we know. I can tell. I'm playing this game. I know Sakaguchi didn't have shit to do with this game. But look, I want the game to be good. even with all the shit I'm talking. I want it to be good because I know it's good for the industry if this game does well and makes money. Just like we want the Final Fantasy VII remake, even though they're probably going to bastardize the hell out of it. I want it to sell well because people have been bitching about this for years.
Yeah. If I had to tell the truth, between the both of them, I'd rather have 15 sell more than 7.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me Xenoblade Chronicles doesn't exist?
Well, considering that the people making 15 completely changed up all their stuff when they played Final Fantasy, Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yep.
I mean, you know, and it's only fair because those are the people who made the really good Final Fantasy games at Monolith Soft. So if you're gonna steal from the best. You know.
True.
I mean, because it's not like Square Enix said, hey, you guys who make our top tier JRPGs, here's some young people to train up so that if you guys ever decide to leave, we still have the mojo to make these games. They didn't do that, so they got to do it the best way they can. You go to the master and you see what he's painting, and you say, shit, I think I can do that. And you run back and you try to copy it.
Yeah.
String Anime wanted to talk something.
Is Xenoblade? I'm looking at VG charts. I don't know how accurate it is. It shows Xenoblade Chronicles X pulling in about a little over 500,000 global sales. Is that good for a big game like that? I'm not an RPG fan, so.
No, but like I said, they're on the road to 1 million. They're basically, and that's what the budget for. So they already have 1 million. The sales of VG charts combined with the download and the download rate of this game compared to normally Nintendo games are way higher because it's always 20% is adoption rate. This one is 35%. So you take VG charts. Times it by 35%, and you'll get the most accurate number you can get of what the sales are.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, Xenoblade Chronicles X is going to continue. Like most Nintendo games, they tend to sell it's not like when you have other games that they sell and then they drop off. This game dropped in December in America. It's probably going to continue to sell for the next 3-4 years. It'll probably reach maybe, I want to say 1.5, 1.8, maybe even 2 million.
I would say 2 million because look at Xenoblade Chronicles in Japan came out in April, and it was a number selling. Also, other than Splatoon, it's also one of the number one selling games of this last 2 weeks for Nintendo.
Yeah, so I mean, Nintendo games sell long over a long period of time, which is steady, easy. It's steady money that keeps on coming, and the price doesn't drop, so that's just money going straight to them. So. I mean, even though it's at VG has it at almost 500,000, it's probably going to go well above that before everything's said and done. Because people are still buying friggin' Mario Kart and Xenoblade Chronicles, so whatever.
Yep.
That's called the long sell. Long sell's better than the short sell.
And to say, remember, Monolith Soft is a part of Nintendo, so they are part of whole making sure that they budget to make it sales. Yeah. That's what I said. When it hits 1 million, that'll basically make it for them the money back because they don't do the Nintendo doesn't do the assets differently, efforts to purchase different from any third party games, and that's one thing I learned when I was in Japan and talking to those guys. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, they do a lot of things in-house, and that's how they keep their money. That's how they keep... It's a basic business principle. Every time you use license or licensed tech, that's money leaving your company that doesn't need to be going out the door. So basically, they do, I think 95% of the shit they do at Nintendo is proprietary, or they own the means of production, so it's all kept in-house.
But yeah, because they own the engines, the battle engines and stuff like for Xenoblade, and same thing because there's the reason why Monolith Soft is the one who's doing is not Brand Presto and Monolith Soft doing Project X Zone 2 this year. Is Monolith Soft doing by itself this year?
Right. So, listen, I'm going to enjoy look, Xenoblade Chronicles X is a huge RPG. No, is it going to reach Final Fantasy VII numbers? Well, no, because Nintendo doesn't have they aren't going to do the shit that Sony did in order to get that game to sell. because even though I want Final Fantasy 15 to sell gangbusters, I don't think it's gonna break Final Fantasy 7 sales records. I don't think it's gonna do that. And I don't think the remake is gonna break Final Fantasy 7 sales records.
But I think they will do better than Xenoblade Chronicles X though. As good as that game is.
Yeah, but it'll sell better, but would it be financially feasible?
Yeah, it's not gonna make it because it's broken the budget 3-4 times now.
I would say this: it may sell better, but who's gonna have a better ratio? A game that sells well on a 10 million install base or a 30 million install base?
Yeah, I think it might. I think Final Fantasy 15 might sell on the PS4 maybe 3 or 4 million. I think on the Xbox One, maybe 1.5 million. On PC, maybe 500,000. But that's still not going to be enough to make up for all the money they spent making that game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that engine.
That's the only thing. I'm gonna say that's the only thing I care about. I understand they're gonna make the sales. They're gonna make the numbers, of course. But if the thing does not make money, then I'm not gonna make another game. That's simple and plain.
So it boils down to, is it profitable? Because people confuse units sold with being profitable. Even revenue generated with being profitable. If you can't keep your budget under control, then it doesn't matter.
Thank you, Mr. Red Fox, for saying that.
Well, people say, well, Bethesda shipped 12 million copies of Fallout 4. That doesn't mean they sold. That means that they shipped like physical copies to places. That doesn't mean that they sold that much. I mean, there's a lot of games that, like, people are confusing Battlefield 4, Star Wars Battlefront. They're saying that because, like, EA shipped, like, 13 million copies, 12 million copies. Although EA hasn't even released how many they've sold yet, so everyone's just doing estimations.
Yeah. Yep.
Whatever. I don't trust EA sales numbers any damn way, because...
but they're getting paid by the retailers.
I don't trust those people. I don't, because it's in their interest to make the sales look high. It's the reason why various news outlets confuse. Well, they don't confuse. They
lie.
They swap words ship for sold, which is a completely different thing. Sold means that it's in your customer's house. Like, if you're a car dealership, yes, the car dealership is buying those cars from Toyota or Ford, whomever they get the car from. But until it's in a customer's home or in their driveway, that doesn't count as a sale. You know, only video game people think once you get it to the store, that's a sale. No. But I digress. Anyone else have anything they want to add before we wrap things up?
I think we should let Dr. Feelgood speak here.
So I guess I'm coming in kind of late then.
Yeah,
finally.
Very late.
I'm sorry. I was like working hard on this track line.
Dragon Swords, this is the Q&A for the live stream.
I'm sorry I missed it, guys. I really did try and get this thing finished as soon as I could. But
nah, man, you had to take care of business.
You know what they say, you can't rush art.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
He's freaking hating. I swear, I'm getting sick of this guy and he's hating, you know, fam. Like, I understand, man, you're peeping my lyrical skill and you're getting jealous and things, but don't be hating on man, like.
Peeping your lyrical skill. Remember, I'm the one who's going to help you monetize some of your stuff, so be careful now.
Yeah, my brother Liger!
Yeah, man, don't scare away your only hope. Don't scare away your only hope, man.
But man's only playing, like, you don't have to bang me out like that on YouTube. Put man on blasting thing, like, you know, we cool, man. Man, put man on blasting thing, you know, it's a little joke thing of wow, man. Let's be cool, brother. Like make peace, not war. Peace, not war. We're meant to use this music to unite people, not separate them. Let's not set a bad example.
I hear you, brother. I hear you, my brother.
Wow, man, your tune changed real quick. That was like light speed right there.
Hey, yo, I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know where my bread is buttered, fam. Right now, Liger's holding the bread right now.
No, man. I messed with Double M. That's all. Sorry, bro. I just
Nah,
talked
it's
with you.
cool, man. Hey. It gave me 5 minutes in this podcast of doing something exciting, so at least I didn't contribute nothing.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. For some reason, if anyone came into this podcast just as this was happening, some people might mistake this. Are these guys doing the deals in the back?
No, we're not third party in Microsoft.
Actually, I meant much more in narcotic stuff, but hey, we can go there too.
Oh Lord, yeah. Actually, yeah. Go with Mike and Double M. Yeah, if y'all, I mean, Mike and Dr. Phil, if you got anything to add on to what we're talking about.
To be honest, like I ain't really been keeping up. I've been like mixing down the track, which means I had to quiet the whole Google Hangout. I was just hoping I would get there in time to make some kind of impact, which I guess I did with that little dance that went on there.
Yeah, I mean,
give out the question.
Is he there?
No, I'm all right. No, I know Red Fox wanted to get this done as sooner, so I just a thanks 2015 thing. I just yeah.
I think looking forward to Zelda.
Yep, definitely. But just thanks to everyone that has supported my channel, even though I've been away quite a bit this year, doing other things as well. So I came back, did a few videos, and it still seems like the love is there from all my fans. So I just want to thank all the fans out there that still watching my videos and still been around even when I've been away and stuff like that. So big up to you lot. Big up to the people who check out my music stuff and things like that. And if you haven't done it, get to doing it now. And just big up to all the people that big up to all the people that have just still been keeping it real, like all the people in this podcast and others as well. And yeah, that's all I can really say. I hope 2016 for one and all is prosperous.
Amen, brother.
All right.
Where Red at?
Cool.
I'm still here.
Oh.
I have a last thing I'd like to add before anybody closes.
Okay.
One thing I was very disappointed in, and I wanted to wait to mention this to the very end because it's totally off topic. I hope that in 2016 that the disappointments will be a lot better than Tony Hawk. I mean, seriously, that's not disappointing enough. I expect to see something a little bit more disappointing than dusty old Tony Hawk. Like anybody really, I don't know. Maybe people had fun with it, in the early days and all that, but I want to see something really colossally flop, ridiculous, oh my gosh, this is absolutely something that would be hysterical to look at.
Evolve.
Yeah, Evolve.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
Evolve historically flop.
For a game that is called Evolve, which is meant to mean you move up in the world, it really came down.
No, it did evolve.
Yeah, Game Trailer said that Tony Hawk was the biggest disappointment this year. That was their
but I mean, look at the source of that. I mean, it's Game Trailers. I think Game Trailers itself should be the biggest disappointment.
That was my game. That was my website. Remember what I said? You guys asked me about my website on my podcast. I said website was that.
I mean, Michael Pachter should be the disappointment of 2015. All the shit he was slinging, and then when he got caught with the under the magnifying glass with the telescope up his ass, he had to tell the truth. He actually made more money than anyone else this year. No shit.
I was just laughing my ass off when I saw it MSNBC because I think with Micah, I know Triple M wasn't in it, but me and Double M and our other podcast the week before talk about this, and I was like, hell freezes over because look at it, he's got the news now telling the truth. Where?
You know what? I haven't even seen that vid yet. Now I am I am really interested in seeing that vid now.
MSNBC.
Oh, right, I'll check it out.
Yeah, basically, like here's the thing. That's the thing about Michael Pachter. When he's on game trailers, he says what people want him to say,
And when he's
so
gonna
that
invest
like
in
he
me.
can get his little like the little fanboys can say, I'm 100% agree with this man who knows fuck all about video games, or how the video game industry really works. But I mean, look, he understands how business works in general, but the video game industry, while it is a business, has some things about it that are very different than other industries.
You know, the thing with Michael Pachter, with what I believe I don't believe he even cares about the video game.
Oh no,
I think he cares about his own pocket, so he will say things to sway the decisions of shareholders. But really, truly, he knows what's going on.
I mean, this is the guy who told people that Kaz Hirai and his plan to turn Sony around is it's totally gonna work. I'm like, dude, let me tell you something. I have nothing against Kaz Hirai personally. I'm sure he might be a very nice person. But the only way he's going to turn Sony around is a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. A lot of people are going to get fired, or sorry, not fired. They're going to get strongly suggested retirement packages, that type of stuff. Like they're going to because Sony has to become smaller in order to save themselves. Okay, they have to become smaller, leaner, meaner, less overhead. A lot of people are gonna lose their jobs.
That's one of the reasons That's one of the reasons. Even though I got a contract with Sony, I stayed independent.
Yeah, like
I don't blame you.
Sony, put it this way: the days of the big conglomerate Sony, where they're like, we're in everything, those days are over. Sony is gonna have to focus to like 2 or 3 things that they're really good at. And just they're gonna have to lower their projected revenue earnings. A lot of people who own Sony stock and I totally believe in Sony. Those people are gonna get screwed over. And if you're listening to Michael Pachter tell you, yeah, Sony's gonna totally make it out of this. Yeah, they're gonna make it out of this, but they're gonna lose an arm, a leg, half of their small intestine.
A kidney.
Basically, they're gonna go from having a whole body to looking like those heads in Futurama.
Well, not that bad, but I mean, like it's just like, okay, Sony cannot sustain. It's like Sony. You know those really obese people are like 400, 500 pounds and they can't get out of bed. Like their body cannot sustain that weight. Sony's body cannot sustain all the other shit that's attached to it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they can't do it. They don't have the. They don't have.
And in all honesty, I think if Kaz Hirai wants to turn things for Sony around, then it's probably going to lead to Kaz Hirai ending up being fired in the end.
Yeah, basically, he's going to have to play the villain. He's going to have to fire a lot of people. Like either fire people or shut down divisions and liquidate them, which he did with Vio. But that's like chopping off a hand, but the whole arm has gangrene. You got to do more than just the hand. It's gonna be tough. But what do you look forward to in 2016, Dr. Feelgood?
What am I looking forward to?
Yeah.
NX.
And with that, you have to leave.
I'm completely bullshitting. 2 things really. One may not make sense to most people, but is it bad that I don't need to look forward to shit because I'm so happy with 2015? Like, I got Xenoblade, I got my Splatoon. I mean, shit, I'm good. I mean, those games right there, I don't need a 2016.
What else do I need? What else do I need? You're like a man you're like a man on a beach island. You got your wife, all the food you want, electricity, cable, files, everything, and all everything's provided for. You just, what else do I need? I'm fine.
I mean, I guess to look forward to. I'm definitely looking forward to the new Zelda. I'm pretty sure that's everybody's response.
Yeah.
If it's not everyone's response, I will kill them.
If you could find me.
I mean, and as far as being thankful for 2015, shit, all the games that came out in 2015, basically. Even the ones I ain't got time to play right now because I'm playing Splatoon right now, and it's only because I'm not playing Xenoblade. It's like
You managed to kick the crack habit, huh?
no Khalil. Cage Anime was like, you should get back on Splatoon, and he said I lost my touch. I'm like, no, I haven't. And I got back on. I got back on, and I hit like 2,000 points when I got back on a new level.
Look, he showed us that picture, son. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell you this. He showed you one picture. I actually recorded. I recorded like 45 games of us playing. So when I took those games, when I outscored him 9 times out of 10, yeah, we'll see.
Trust me, I know that was the pitch. The pitch was like that. Come on, everybody here knows that. Cause he just did that just to troll.
Yeah, well, look, listen. You should be like, you should go to that picture's link and post like a 3-minute video to match.
But look, I'll show you a picture after this game I'm playing. I already got like 12 kills.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, I guess we've come near the end. Anyone else has anything they want to push, pimp? Put out on the street, slapper, because you got your money.
I would like to put two things out if that's cool with you, Red.
Cool.
The first one, wait, let me follow my Xenocrack for a second before I get my ass killed. I was fighting at the time. I was fighting at the time. The first one is I'll hopefully get it up Monday or Tuesday. It's a smaller version of the video, but on my channel Endure, I am giving an awesome giveaway. For anybody out there, you can get to if you go to the channel, the Jukebox Volume 1 and the End Jukebox Volume 1. There's a rock, basically just rock music, whatever. But if you list where those games come from, I'm gonna give you a thumb drive that has Splatoon music, the remix, Xenoblade music, $100 gift card to the eShop.
No.
And $100 gift shop to the eShop. I'm also gonna give you a Xenoblade Chronicles X Special Edition US if you're in the US, because I have three of the games, so I don't need 3, so I'm gonna give that away. And also,
I bought one for nothing.
Anyway, and then the last thing would be, if you win, if you got that, you also will get your option of getting Project X Zone, the digital codes, of course, Project X Zone for free, Project X Zone 2, or Star Fox Zero for free.
You want to throw the winning lottery ticket with that as well? That seems like the way. It seems like that's the direction you're going in.
I think one of the giveaways should be a free copy of Mario Man.
Well, yes, your channel. Do it for your channel, not for my channel.
It's his channel. He'll give away whatever the hell he wants to give away.
I think what you should give away is like a record deal to me.
But other than that, that's one. And the second thing would be my first podcast for the air. And I thank Red for me joining his podcast, because I'm just like Mike. I've been working like crazy on my company, but I want anybody out there. I have a one-on-one on my channel with John Turner. Basically, explain what third parties have done with Nintendo, the back and forth, the history. I want people to watch that. See what you have your opinions, and anybody else. And the next podcast I have will basically be an after party, or a real after party that will be had. I'll be discussing what was in that video.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Okay, yeah, so I'm just going to say one thing before we go any further. This is my channel. I ain't giving away shit. If you're getting anything from me, try again.
At least he's honest.
Yeah.
His jolly nature ended since the years began.
I just listen. Actually, that's not true. If I get a deal with a good humble bundle, I will gladly give away codes, because I have no problem doing that.
Ain't you nice?
Yeah.
It's
humble bundle. Look, man. Look, you get like 10, 15 games for like $10. Come on, man. And here's the thing. The problem is that some of those games I already have, so it's like, someone can use them.
He's being very humble here.
Yeah, he's opening his hand up, but it's like a cactus hand, and you get pricked easily.
No, it's an empty hand, but there's something in there. Take my hand. I'll take you to Square Enix Town because that was the last bundle. I got like 5 or 6 free games.
Oh, God.
Okay, I'll say something like if I got a gift for you, love. I will give away some badass, new, up to date, fresh, new style, lyrical, Badman music. If you just go to my music channel and subscribe to it, it's that simple. So you don't have to put much work with my one. You don't have to put
I will give you absolutely nothing. No, I'm joking. I will give you nothing. No, I already subscribed to your channel, and the music is pretty dang awesome. I'm not just shilling for this gentleman. He's very talented.
It's pretty good.
So so basically we're thankful. We got a little negative at the end, but goddamn it, I'm sorry. You can't.
It was going to happen. It was going to happen.
It's gonna happen. It's us. Come on.
It was going to happen, but really, I fought the good fight for an hour. It's pretty good. but just to bring things back to a happier note, 2016 looks like it's going to be awesome. I think everyone's going to be able to have something's going to be coming that everyone can enjoy. And we haven't even talked about the movies that are coming out in 2016.
Oh, that's another thing.
Deadpool.
Yeah, my girlfriend loves the X-Men mutants, and Deadpool's one of them, so she's going to take me to go see that for my birthday.
All I'm saying, and I know I shouldn't get my hopes up, but all I'm saying is this: please. Apocalypse is one of my favorite. In fact, Apocalypse is my favorite Marvel villain. X-Men Apocalypse, don't mess it up, please. If you do, I will never forgive Fox ever. I will go over to Fox Studios and stab the director. I will really do that.
I only have one thing to say to you. It's over. No, I only have one thing to say to you, Double M06. When I saw the trailer for X-Men Apocalypse. When I was watching Apocalypse, I was like, they don't need the X-Men. They need to go call Tommy, Billy, Zach, Trini, and that other guy because it looks like they're fighting Ivan Ooze.
It does, but this is the thing about it. To me, they've already messed it up slightly with the depiction of Apocalypse they have. So you've already hit strike one. Like, I'm not a 3-strike person. You better not hit strike 3 with me. You better not hit strike 2 with me. Strike 2. I'm only giving them 2 strikes.
And I think that instead of having Storm Storm, who in the comics she's like in her 40s in the 80s, well in her 30s in the 80s, and in this film she's like in her 20s, like she's like a teenager almost. And I think they need to have the Putty Warriors with them instead of those people. But whatever. Okay then, gentlemen. Anyone else want to push anything before we wrap things up?
I'll be uploading a shit ton of Splatoon videos soon. So look forward to the embarrassment of favorite YouTubers.
Yeah, there's going to be some videos of apparently the doctor getting into that ass, apparently.
Lord Seabreeze.
KH, you have a...
Yeah.
2016 is going to be good, Zelda U, and I hope for more Mario Maker updates.
You know there's going to be more Mario Maker updates.
Yeah, he has to get his fix on that Mario Maker crack.
Yeah. You're going to be like Spike in the back alley. Come on, baby. I just need some more elements for Mario Maker. Come on, man. Help a brother out.
And also I'm looking forward to Dragon Quest 7 coming out because I never played it.
What?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Dragon Quest 7 for 3DS.
Yeah. Actually, I'm looking forward to both of those games.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Dragon Quest for the NX.
And something to make.
Smart ass.
And these guys going into fighting games. Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, I said that.
Fighter. I was looking forward to that until they said that Guile was going to be a downloadable content character they add after the fact. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, same here.
No, I'm done.
I swear Gal's like one of the originals as well.
Yeah, he's one of the originals, but now he's a downloadable character because Capcom.
Hey, it's kind of like Street Fighter Second Strike.
Let me put it this way: Guile was my go-to character in Street Fighter 2. I could basically take on anybody with Guile.
No, you should say it like this. You can go with anything.
Watch out for that sonic boom.
Yeah.
This man's on Sonic speed.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyway, I was a huge Guile fan, so them not including him with the game, I was like, I'm done. I'm not buying this. Okay, anyone else want to pimp anything out before we wrap things up? Finally. Really, this was an hour and a half podcast, so it wasn't that bad. We really didn't it wasn't epic, it wasn't incredibly long, so.
Nope.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
Okay, I'm about to hit the stop button.
Happy New Year, everybody. That's all it is.